What is going on, guys? Sith here, and today I want to talk about Battlefield 2042 and why it's important that DICE bring Team Deathmatch out of Portal and make it an official DICE playlist. Team Deathmatch, or TDM, has always been a part of every FPS shooter, often the core of many game PvP. But lately, several big releases, while including TDM, have shifted the focus away from TDM, removing it from core playlists. Halo Infinite, while still having its TDM Slayer, doesn't allow you to select Slayer, and the only way to play it is by random. This seems absolutely stupid to me, as Halo was built on Slayer. Even Call of Duty has shifted its priorities away from TDM to focus on Warzone, and we all know Call of Duty rose to gaming dominance with franchises like Modern Warfare and Black Ops riding the back of TDM servers filled with racist teenagers who apparently all had sex with my mom and teabag your corpse with the ferocity of a rabid chihuahua. It's still there, but kids these days, they love their battle royales. This brings us to Battlefield 2042, which removed TDM entirely from its core playlist. The only way to play TDM is through its Portal mode, and with XP limited in Portal, it's hard to find a server running TDM that actually has people playing. They don't even have official servers for Team Deathmatch, which, to my opinion, hurts this game more than any of the other competitors. And in this video, I'm going to explain why, in my opinion, Team Deathmatch is important to Battlefield games, and why DICE needs to have official servers with normal XP games. TDM is as simple as it gets. You spawn in, kill each other in smallish maps, first to score the required number of kills wins. It's this simplicity that makes it the perfect place for new players to get a feel for the game. This is something that can be difficult for a new player to do in the clusterfuck that is Conquest or Breakthrough. Most new players, unless they have a friend teaching them how to play, don't understand the complexities of a Battlefield game. They may not understand the squad spawn system, for example, and end up spawning in Carajo land on the other side of the map. They are then forced to run all the way to where the action is, only to get shot or sniped and have to do it all over again. It is incredibly difficult to learn this way, and it is the #1 complaint from friends who have tried older Battlefield games. A lot of these guys are old school Call of Duty players. Not Warzone, but straight classic PvP modes like Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Free For All. And if DICE wants to bring in these players, they need to give them a place to learn, to get better. Something familiar that lets them get right to playing without discouraging them, and TDM is that place. Yes, 2042 has a bots only mode, and while it's adequate, and in my opinion the best place to learn to fly helicopters and planes, isn't the same. The problem with the bots mode is they are incredibly inconsistent. Even set at the lowest level, it's a toss-up if the bot will just stand out in the open till you pick them off, or they aimbot insta-kill you as you pick a corner from down the street with the PDW. TDM is a real mode, with real opponents, giving you a real experience. It's always been a good place to unlock attachments, and while giving you a feel for the weapons. TDM is also a sort of gateway to the other game modes, as you can take the gun skills learned and the map knowledge acquired from playing TDM and apply it to more objective game modes, as well as many of the big team modes that games like Battlefield and even Call of Duty offer. Speaking of Call of Duty, a while back they included a Conquest style mode. Many of my friends that hated Battlefield's Conquest enjoyed this mode. When I asked them why they liked it over Battlefield, the answers they gave revolved around the fact that they were primarily TDM players, and it was easy to transition from TDM to this new Conquest game mode once they were comfortable. This same transition is needed if DICE wants to draw in these new players, especially if they want to steal some of the COD players. My buddies that tried Battlefield and stayed with it are those that played TDM till they were comfortable enough to try Conquest and Rush. The others I can't convince since, well, when Battlefield launched, it didn't have a TDM game mode. And the servers in Portal that were running TDM had the XP gains stripped from them. So that left us with no official TDM servers and no proper XP gains. I fell in love with Battlefield after playing the first Bad Company, with Bad Company 2 becoming almost the only game I would play for almost a year. I tried convincing my friends to try, and some did, but the game was too chaotic for them. They enjoyed the single player, but with no TDM, they just could not get used to Battlefield in the way it was meant to be played. It wasn't until Battlefield 3 finally brought in TDM that I was able to convince my friends to try Battlefield again. And those that did fell in love. You got the kind of close quarters of TDM with the destruction from Frostbite, and you had a mode that we would spend stupid amounts of time on once DICE released custom servers, and we would get into those high-ticket matches. After I began recording and editing this video, DICE had released a somewhat official DICE servers of TDM. It's usually, matches to 100, but most of us wanted to, use Portal to have 200, 300, 400 ticket matches that lasted a good long while and have those XP gains, and we still can't get that. But while I do appreciate DICE finally releasing TDM servers, it's just the 100 ticket count is so small. Like, by the time you finally get a good flow in the match, you get a feel for your opponents, the match is over. You can just move on to the next match. You can't lay out strategies. You can't push as groups. You can't, have a good time, because once you finally get used to it, it's done. This is remedied by allowing us to have high-ticket matches in Portal, but that would require us to get our normal XP gains in these custom servers. The problem was that in the effort to remove all these bot servers that popped up on Portal, DICE essentially killed Portal. I mean, they took all the XP gains out of all the custom servers, and this was the moment most people were looking forward to. I was ready for this all summer, all fall until the game released, and that first week, Portal was amazing. You had 500 count TDM servers, you had all sorts of different rush modes, and everyone was having fun. You had all your XP gains, and then the bot servers started showing up, the farming servers started showing up, and DICE took all the XP away, and it essentially killed Portal. In one night, all those rush servers disappeared. All those TDM servers disappeared. But that is a topic for another video. And I think I've rambled on this subject for long enough. I just wanted to bring up some points, why I thought that TDM is important to games like Battlefield. And while I'm glad they did bring back some servers, there's more they can do to allow us to play TDM and bring these people in from COD, from other games that, that usually play TDM, and expand Battlefield's player base again. Well, anyways, that's all I had to say. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. See you next time. Take care.